Billie Paul Piper, is a British singer and actress. Born and raised in Swindon, Wiltshire, she made her entertainment debut in Scratchy Co, and at the age of 15 signed a recording contract and released her debut single, Because We Want To, which debuted at number 1 in the UK, making Piper the youngest artist ever to debut at number 1. The single was followed by Piper's album Honey to the Bee, which was certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of New Zealand and platinum by the British Phonographic Industry. In 2000, Piper released her second album, Walk of Life. In 2003, Piper retired from the recording industry and launched a highly successful television career. Piper's transition into acting began in 2004. Her most famous role is as Rose Tyler, companion to the Doctor, in the television series Doctor Who on BBC from 2005 to 2006, a role she reprised in 2008, 2010, and 2013. In 2007, Broadcast magazine listed Piper at number 6 in its Hot 100 list of influential on-screen performers. She was the top woman on the list. From 2007 until 2011, she starred as the high-flying escort Belle de Jour in the TV series Secret Diary of a Call Girl. She currently stars as Brona, an Irish immigrant, in the horror TV series Penny Dreadful. Early life: Leian Paul Piper was born in Swindon, Wiltshire, England. On April 25, 1983, her name was officially changed to Billie Paul Piper, by her parents, Paul Victor Piper and Mandy Kane Kent. Piper has one younger brother, Charlie, and two younger sisters, Harley and Elle. She studied at the Sylvia Young Theatre School and Bredon Forest School. Career, 1998 to 2000, Honey to the Bee. Piper's career began when she was selected to appear on the Saturday morning children's television show Scratchy Co. Piper later landed a role in a television commercial promoting the pop magazine Smash Hits. Piper was offered a record deal at the age of 15, and in 1998 became the youngest artist ever to debut at number 1 in the UK singles chart with Because We Want To, released under the stage mononym Billie. Her follow-up single Girlfriend also debuted at number 1. Her debut album Honey to the Bee was released immediately afterwards, and debuted and peaked at number 14 in the UK album charts, selling more than 3 million copies in the UK alone along with a platinum certification, and a 2x platinum certification in New Zealand, where it reached number 3. However, Honey to the Bee found limited success in other territories, such as Australia where it debuted and peaked at number 31 despite the success of Honey to the Bee, and in the US it almost went completely unnoticed, peaking at number 17 on the Heat Seekers. At the 1998 Smash Hits Poll Winners Party, she was nominated for Best New Act and won Princess of Pop. She then released She Wants You as the third single from the album. The song reached number 3. Honey to the Bee was released as the fourth single from the album. Like the previous single, it reached number 3. At the same time, She Wants You was released in the USA. It reached number 9 on the Hot Club Dance Play chart. In 1999, Piper was nominated for 2 Brit Awards and won 2 awards at the 1999 Smash Hits Poll Winners Party, although at the latter ceremony she was reduced to tears after being booed by fans of Richie Neville, member of boy band 5, who Piper was dating at the time. Piper then started to tour and release in Asia. The singles and the album were released during mid to late 1999. In August of that year, the follow-up to Because We Want To was released in Japan, a single comprising Girlfriend and She Wants You combined. She recorded a song for Poker Copyright Mon, the first movie titled Makin' My Way. 2000 to 03, Walk of Life and musical retirement. During that time, she recorded her second album. She decided to release further records under her full name, Billie Piper. She returned to the singles chart in May 2000 with her third number 1 single Day and Night. She waited until September to release Something Deep Inside, which reached number 4, but her success wasn't to continue. In October 2000, Piper released her second album, Walk of Life, which reached number 14 in the UK album chart, but quickly fell off the charts and was certified silver in the UK. The album only charted in 2 other countries, New Zealand where it reached number 17 only, and in Australia where it was a minor success, peaking at number 23. In Piper's autobiography, she states the album was a commercial bomb. The song Walk of Life, the final single off this album, was released in December 2000 and reached number 25 in the UK singles chart. In February 2001, Piper appeared in court to testify against a woman named Juliet Peters. Peters was charged with, and eventually convicted of, stalking as well as making a number of threats against Piper and members of her family. Peters received psychiatric treatment as part of her sentence. According to her autobiography, Piper was reluctant about the court case, but was pushed by her parents and her label. She also stated in the book that this was why The Tide is High wasn't released as a single, writing the court case succeeded in doing what I alone could not, cutting the ties. Without it I might have been tempted back. In January 2007, BBC Radio 1 DJ Chris Moyles started a campaign to get Honey to the Bee back into the top 100 on download sales as a way of testing out new chart rules that favour download sales. The campaign was successful, with Honey to the Bee re-entering the official UK singles chart at number 17, 8 years after it was first released. 2004-07, transition to acting in Doctor Who. In 2004, Piper appeared in the films The Calcium Kid, as the romantic interest of Orlando Bloom's character, and Things to Do Before You're 30. Shortly before starting work on Doctor Who, she filmed a starring role in the horror film Spirit Trap alongside Russian pop star Ulsa, released in August 2005 to generally poor reviews. In November 2005, Piper starred as Hero in a BBC adaptation of Much Ado About Nothing, updated for the modern day in a similar manner to the Canterbury Tales series in which she featured, with Hero now being a weather presenter in a television station. Doctor Who originally ran from 1963 to 1989. In the autumn of 2003, it was announced that the series would be resurrected beginning in 2005. The casting of Piper as Rose Tyler, a travelling companion to the Doctor, was announced in May 2004. Piper won the Most Popular Actress category at the 2005 and 2006 National Television Awards for her work on Doctor Who. BBC News named Piper as one of its Faces of the Year for 2005, primarily due to her success in Doctor Who. At the South Bank Show Awards in January 2006, Piper was awarded the Times Breakthrough Award for her successful transition from singing to acting. In March, the Television and Radio Industries Club named Piper as Best New TV Talent at their annual awards ceremony. In September, Piper was named Best Actress at the TV Quick and TV Choice Awards. After the completion of the very successful first series of the revamped Doctor Who, the British media regularly released conflicting reports about how long Piper would be staying with the programme. In March 2006, she claimed that she would continue on Doctor Who into its third series in 2007. In May, however, she was reported to be considering quitting the series, although she did express an interest in playing a female version of the Doctor in the future. In June, the BBC announced that she was to depart in the final episode of the second series, Doomsday. Piper's decision to leave had been taken a year previously, but remained a secret until news of her departure became public. In November 2007, the BBC confirmed that she would reprise her role as Rose Tyler in the fourth Doctor Who series for 3 episodes. Later, it was confirmed by Russell T. Davies in Doctor Who magazine that this return had been planned since she left. It was also revealed in the Turn Left Doctor Who Confidential that Billie had made arrangements to return as Rose since she decided to leave. The series began in April 2008, and after several cameos, Piper made her official return as Rose in the series' 4 final episodes Turn Left, The Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. She did not initially state whether she would be reprising the role again. Interviewed on Doctor Who Confidential, she commented that it's never really the end for the Doctor and Rose, but it's certainly the end for the foreseeable future. She reprised her role as Rose Tyler in The End of Time, the last of the 2009 Euro 10 Doctor Who specials. In January 2013, Piper confirmed on The Graham Norton Show that the producers had not asked her to take part in an episode for the show's 50th anniversary. However, in March 2013 the BBC announced that she would be returning to Doctor Who for the special alongside David Tennant, Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman. 2007 €11, Secret Diary of a Call Girl. Piper has completed work on 2 standalone television productions. In the first, a BBC adaptation of Philip Pullman's historical novel The Ruby in the Smoke broadcast in December 2006, Piper played protagonist Sally Lockhart, a Victorian orphan, along with Matt Smith playing Jim Taylor. The BBC plans to film all 4 of Pullman's Sally Lockhart novels, with Piper continuing in the role in The Shadow in the North, which was shown in December 2007. Piper made her stage debut in a touring production of Christopher Hampton's play Treats, which opened in early 2007 in Windsor. Treats was to have ended its tour in the West End, at the Garrick Theatre, starting in February 2007 with previews. The play officially closed in May. In 2007 she appeared as the main character, Fanny Price, in an adaptation of Jane Austen's novel Mansfield Park, screened on ITV1. This was her first acting role on television for a broadcaster other than the BBC. Piper also starred as Hannah Baxter in Secret Diary of a Call Girl, an ITV2 adaptation of Brooke Magnanty's The Intimate Adventures of a London Call Girl, a memoir detailing the life of a high-class prostitute who adopted Belle de Jour as her pseudonym. The series, which aired from September 2007, saw Piper in several semi-nude scenes. As part of her preparation for the role, Piper met the memoir's author some 2 years before her identity as a research scientist was revealed in a Sunday newspaper. "I absolutely had to meet the person behind the words to be able to take the part. People did ask me about her and I just had to smile, to avoid giving anything away." A second season, with Piper again in the starring role, started filming in May 2008. During which 2 body doubles were hired to hide Piper's pregnancy during the sex scenes. The third season began airing in January 2010. In January 2010, tying in with the broadcast of the third season and following on from the real Belle de Jour confirming her real identity, ITV2 broadcast an interview special, Billie and the Real Belle Bear All, which saw Piper meeting with Dr. Brooke Magnanty on camera for the first time. Piper has provided voiceovers for various television commercials, including one for Comfort Fabric Softener airing in June 2007, and Debenhams airing 2011. Piper has also shared the role of Betty with Sue Johnston in the 2-part TV adaptation of A Passionate Woman, screened on BBC One in April 2010. Piper was confirmed in May 2011 to join the cast of an upcoming romance comedy film directed by Robin Shepherd titled Truth About Lies, 2012 €13. Piper played Carly in the UK premiere of Reasons to be Pretty at the Almeida Theatre, running from November 2011 to January 2012. It opened in November 2011 to press, and received critical acclaim, with reviewers claiming it was one of the better theatre productions I have seen. The Guardian, The Observer, Daily Mail, London Evening Standard, Metro, The Times, The Telegraph, Time Out, The Arts Desk, Daily Express and The Financial Times all gave the production rave reviews with a minimum of 4 stars. BBC Radio 4 reviewed the show live, applauding Piper as fantastic, completely brilliant. Her performance is so convincing and moving, an absolutely terrific performance. The Jewish Chronicle hailed Billie Piper's performance as second to none, being the best of the night, and stating that, "No actor can cry more convincingly than Piper," giving the show 4 stars. In August 2012, it was reported that Piper would make her National Theatre debut in a play by Secret Diary of a Call Girl creator Lucy Prebble titled The Effect, which ran from November 2012 to February 2013. Within days of the opening preview nights, the show received critical acclaim, focusing primarily on Piper's outstanding performance. The play went on to become the most critically acclaimed show of the season, with Billie going on to be nominated for the What's on Stage Best Actress Award for her work in The Effect. The play was also nominated for Best New Play and Best Set Designer. Due to success and demand, The show was extended for a further month and an online e-petition was started for the show to be added to the National Theatre's live programming. In 2013, Piper was nominated for Best Actress at the Olivier Awards and Evening Standard Theatre Awards for The Effect. 2013 Euro 14, on May 11, Showtime aired a new horror series called Penny Dreadful in which Piper plays Brona Croft, a poor Irish immigrant who is trying to escape a dark past. On May 29, Piper appeared alongside Ben Whishaw in the Playhouse Presents television special Foxtrot. She is now starring in Great Britain at the Royal National Theatre. Personal life: Piper married businessman, DJ, and television presenter Chris Evans in a secret ceremony in May 2001 in Las Vegas after 6 months of dating. Their marriage attracted much comment because Evans is 16 years older. The couple separated in 2004 and later divorced in May 2007. They have remained friends. A story in The Independent on June 27, 2006 stated that Piper has declared that she does not wish to claim any money from Evans' reported £30 million wealth or his £540,000 salary from Radio 2. "I'm not taking a penny from him," she told the Radio Times. "I think that's disgusting." Piper also revealed in her interview with Radio Times that she left her pop star career with very little money. Evans has admitted that the age gap was a reason in seeking the divorce. Piper dated and lived with law student Ahmad Sal from 2004 to 2006. Piper married actor Lawrence Fox in December 2007 at St Mary's Church in Eastbourne, West Sussex. They live in Eastbourne, Midhurst in West Sussex. Their first son, Winston James, was born in October 2008, via emergency C-section after a 30-hour labor. They had a second son, Eugene Pip, in April 2012. Filmography, television, stage, awards and nominations. Awards: 1998 AA Euro Smash Hits Awards, Princess of Pop; 1999 AA Euro Smash Hits Awards, Best Female; 1999 AA Euro Smash Hits Awards, Best Dressed Female; 1999 AA Euro Smash Hits Awards, Best Female Act; 2005 AA Euro The National Television Awards, Most Popular Actress; 2005 AA Euro BBC Face of the Year; 2005 AA Euro BBC Drama Awards, Best Actress; 2006 AA Euro The South Bank Show Awards. The Times Breakthrough Award AA Euro Rising British Talent, 2006 AA Euro TV Choice TV Quick Awards, Best Actress; 2006 AA Euro The National Television Awards, Most Popular Actress; 2006 AA Euro BBC Drama Awards, Best Actress; 2006 AA Euro Treek Awards, Best New Talent; 2006 AA Euro GQ Magazine Awards, Woman of the Year; 2006 AA Euro BBC Drama Awards, Exit of the Year; 2011 AA Euro Glamour's UK Actress of the Year, Nominations, 1998 AA Euro Smash Hits Awards, Best New Act; 1999 AA Euro Brit Awards, Best British Newcomer, Best British Female; 2006 AA Euro Broadcasting Press Guild Awards, Best Actress; 2006 AA Euro BAFTA Cymru Awards, Best Actress; 2007 AA Euro TV Choice TV Quick Awards, Best Actress; 2008 AA Euro Rose Dog, Special Award for Best Entertainer. 2009 AA Euro A Award, Best Actress in a Comedy Series. 2011 AA Euro Hello Magazine's Most Attractive Woman. 2013 AA Euro Laurence Olivier Awards, Best Actress. 2013 AA Euro London Evening Standard Theatre Awards, Natasha Richardson Award for Best Actress, Discography. Honey to the Bee, Walk of Life, Footnotes. References: Cook, Benjamin. Billie. Doctor Who Magazine PPA 13 Euro 21 McLean, Craig. Why We Fell Under Piper's Spell. The Daily Telegraph. Retrieved January 3, 2006. Piper, Billie. Growing Pains. London, Hodder and Stoughton. ISBN 978-0-340-93280-3, Faces of the Year A Euro The Women. BBC News December 30, 2005. Retrieved January 3, 2006. External links: Billie Piper at the Internet Movie Database.